Hi guys, so welcome to Tenerife, where we're going to be hiring a bike, hitting the mountain roads and giving you a little tour of the island. Sit back, relax and come along for the ride. Okay, right, so we'll give you a quick look around the apartment, see what you can get for €70 a night. Plenty of space in the kitchen diner, nice big TV on the wall. Also got Sky TV. Obviously can't go without the motorbike accessories. Sofa bed if needed. And then the kitchen has everything you need. Not that I'm going to be using it too much. There's also a washing machine in the corner there. Also won't be using that. And then if we go out onto the balcony, two nice sun loungers. Fantastic view. It's got the ocean there in the background. And as we walk back through, peek into the bathroom, double sink, a nice big shower which has got these like a rain shower with a massage function there. That's great. And then into the bedroom, double bed. It's not one of those beds that separate down the middle, that slide apart, so fantastic bed. It is comfortable as well. We've already spent one night here. Right guys, so from our apartment, which is just here, we are literally going across the road over there, and so the motorbike hire place is literally 1 minute's walk. So you probably can't tell on camera, but this is on one steep hill. So the place that I'm going to hire the bikes from is called Motos for Fun. That's also in Costa Rica. I'll put a link into the description so you can have a look if you're thinking of coming out and wanting to hire some bikes. There's two reasons I'm going to hire from them. Is A, they're proper biker guys. They only have good bikes. And B, they look after the bikes. They make sure they're safe. They go through them. They'll show you the tread on the tyres, they'll show you the brakes. Everything's maintained to a good standard or a high standard. And that's just what you want. You want safety with the fun. Right guys, so we're starting in Costa Rica, where we're going to be riding to the top of the Mount Teide, which is 12,000 feet above sea level. I always find that Google Earth's probably the best point of call when it comes to planning these routes, and after a short distance on the motorway, we're going to go onto the TF51, which looks like it's got some nice snaking mountain roads, and then from there we are going to turn onto the TF21, where it's getting a bit more rural. So this should loop us up to the top. They'll bring us some great views on these great roads in Tenerife. Right guys, so we're at Motos for You, where we're just going to pick up the bike, and unfortunately they don't have no Ducatis. I have searched high and low, there's just none to hire. So I've gone for the next best thing, which is the Africa Twin. It's the DCT. So I used to own one of these in 2017. This is a 2020 edition. So this is the bike we're going to be using today. So it'd be nice to give a comparison compared to my V4s Multistrada, which I would absolutely love to have one of those here, but it's just not possible. They're not here to hire. I mean, at this place here where we've hired the bike, they have got some nice bikes. They've got some GSs, they've got one or two of these Africa Twins. I mean, they're good all-round bikes. I've not ridden one of these. My 2017 model was, I think, was one of the first ones when they relaunched the Africa Twin. I've just had a quick look at the controls here, and my first thoughts are they've certainly overcomplicated it. Seems to be a lot of buttons with not a lot of instruction, and the guy said to me, if you need to find anything out or how to operate it, then look on YouTube. And as he was showing me one or two settings, he was struggling himself, so I think it's just going to be a case of fire it up, ride it, and see how we get on. I don't think I'm going to be messing around with too many controls. See, the one thing is, when you go test ride a bike, it doesn't matter at what dealership. Now, we were speaking about sort of how many electronics are on these bikes now. It's you need at least an hour just to figure out what everything does. So if you've only got the bike for an hour, then you know you're not going to get very far. So yeah, this is the bike we're going to be using today. It's a nice bike, so it'll be interesting to compare it to the V4s. So we're going to get kitted up, get on, and hit the roads. Right, so here we go. First things first, we've got to go and get some fuel. This feels so weird getting back on this. You sort of go for the clutch and realise that it's not there. I mean, the lever you see there is actually a handbrake. So yeah, just getting used to the controls again. Definitely feels weird, but you know, it's comfortable. The seat's comfortable. Yeah, if you're anything like me and you're from the UK and you're not used to riding on the right, then it is a little bit weird to start with. And it's the roundabouts you've got to be a bit careful of. It's, you know, you've got to remember the traffic's coming from the left. But yeah, you just got to take your time and just try and go with the flow, basically. So yeah, we've got about half a tank of fuel, but I'm just going to top it up because I don't know what the petrol station situation is when we're a bit more off-road. It does look a bit gloomy this morning, but it's actually kind of nice. It's not cold at all. So yeah, we've just fueled up, and now we've got onto the T28, which takes us onto, I think, the TF51. Already we've started making the climb, so it's not that far, to be honest. I think the sat nav's coming up for an hour, so I'm guessing we've got some twisty roads coming up. The first thing you notice about these roads, the roads are absolutely superb. There's no potholes. Again, you get a lot of cyclists here. I do not envy them. Just the thought of trying to cycle up that mountain is beyond me. But if you're into extreme, it's the place to be. Okay, so yeah, I'm just having a little play with the buttons because I haven't got a clue what they do. So yeah, I think so many buttons. I think they've definitely overcomplicated it. Right, so we're going to go left. I think this takes us on to that TF51. It's so weird being back on one of these bikes. It's every time you come to a stop you think it's going to stall, and then you go for the clutch and it's not there. But that lever's well out of the way. That just holds your front brake on. So if you're going to park on a hill or something like that, because obviously you can't leave this bike in gear, it's automatic. But the gearbox is seamless. It's so easy to ride. A lot of people are put off by the fact it has got an automatic box. I mean, you can get this bike as a manual, but I did own the DCT, and I loved it. I thought it was absolutely superb. So I think already as we're just starting to climb, you can just feel that temperature just starting to drop a little. So this little place is called Arona. I mean, you wouldn't think you'd get 2 lanes of traffic down this road. It's only about 6 foot wide, but wow, that little bit there was steep. I don't know if the camera's showing this, but yeah, already we're into some good inclines on the hills. Some of these gradients have got to be a good 50%. The gearbox seems to be working well. It's finding the right gear at the right time. It does actually take the hard work out of changing gears. I'm not quite sure what my pillion is thinking on the back. She's probably thinking, Jesus, we're not going to get up there. Luckily, we've not had to face too much traffic just yet. I always find it doesn't matter how long you've been riding for. It's when you jump on a different bike, it just feels completely a bit alien to start with. So it doesn't we don't get a lot of space on these roads, so I'm hoping that we don't get sort of stuck on any inclines, because that's when you're likely to sort of drop the bike. I'm just hoping that they're all sort of bike friendly. So that's a tight turn there. Wow, I just hope there's no traffic coming down this other side, because you literally need the whole road to manoeuvre. You've really got to try and just relax on the bike. Just try and get into a nice and easy movements. Try not to panic too much, and mainly just enjoy it, you know. Right, so we're back on the TF51. So with this bike and the automatic box, you can take over. It has got semi-automatic transmission, where this button down here is to bring the gears back. If I press that, so it's dropped into third, second, so you can override it, which is quite useful. I think it does change gear a bit too soon sometimes, but that's where you get the economy, I guess. So yeah, you can change up and down. There's a plus button at the front there, there's a minus button at the back, so you can go up and down the gearbox as you wish. These views are just amazing. So this is on the TF21. So we've got 26 kilometers. The scenery changes just all the time. You know, you're going like this part here. It just gets forestry, all the pine trees, and it's beautiful. So the next bit of this road looks quite exciting. There's plenty of quad tours around as well in Tenerife, if you don't fancy the biking. Right, let's press on. So I asked the guy at the shop where we hired the bike from if he's getting any Ducatis in, and he just said no. And I said, why not? And he said, because too many problems. So I think he's referring to the electronics again, but yeah, he just wasn't interested, and I think it's just the cost of him. For a hire bike, it probably just isn't worth it for him. Although saying that, you know, this Africa Twin, this is fully loaded. It's got the electronic suspension on it. It's got all the toys. I think these are 18,000, maybe more. So yeah, just seeing the sign back there, NO Teide. So I'm guessing we're officially on the mountain top now. In fact, this is the first bit where we're another biker. This is the first bit where we've actually had a slight descent. So whereas since we've set off, it's been a constant uphill ride. This road just snakes all the way around the edge of the mountain now. This is where the Ducatis come into their own with the engine braking. You don't need to get on the brakes, you just drop off the throttle and it'll just pull you around these bends. How's that? Is your hands cold?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine are. I'm going to see if this there's a hole in your glove. Yeah, definitely if you're coming out here, guys, then I've bought my own helmet, but yeah, one thing I didn't bring was my gloves, and I wish I'd bought my gloves. It's a difficult one because on the ground you can have, you know, sort of 28 degrees, and up here I think at the summit for 10 months of the year it can drop below zero and have snow on the top for that duration. An altitude of 12,100 feet, I believe. If you can just see in the top of that mountain ridge there, there's the cable cars which you can go up on, and I did have a look at booking that, but in this current time they're only allowing so many per cable car, and yeah, there just wasn't no slots available. But what does it have to say?
It's all about the catalogue of eruptions in the solar system.
Oh, okay. Do we need to be concerned?
No.
Okay. So when did the last have an eruption here?
1909.
1909. And at the time of filming this as well, there was the La Palma that's actually erupted. That's been going off for about a month now. Right, yes, I'm just trying to see where the heated grips are. Let's have a look. So this has a touchscreen, which is kind of nice. Maybe it's not got heated grips. Maybe not. I can't see. Normally there would be a button of some description. I don't know what FN is. Oh, there's heated grips. Oh, off-road, won't be needing that. User 1, user 2. Okay, so let's have a look. So this obviously selects through.
There's something here with a clip on.
No, that's for the Tiptronic controls, but I'll probably end up changing all the settings then, not knowing how to get it back.
What does this FM?
Ah, yes, well spotted. There we go. So yeah, unfortunately I don't think it's got a heated seat. Do you think it's got a heated seat? I don't think it has. I mean, this is the 20, that's the light, sound. This is the 2020 model. For saying that we hardly saw a car on the way up, they're all up at the top. Actually, temperature wise it's not that bad. It's saying 14 degrees on the bike. I think now I've put my my hoodie under this lightweight jacket, it's made quite a difference. Actually, the sun's breaking through and get a nice little warmth on there. And the speed limit on this road there's 70 kilometers an hour, which is plenty quick enough on these bends. So I think these markers are for when it snows, they can see where the road is. Let's pull in and have a little stop. Beautiful now the sun's out. So this is the tracker box that's but there's no cushion on there.
No, and these stick out, which is not very comfortable.
They just sort of dig into your back. But I think for these you can buy like a seat cover. Would I swap it for the? Would I swap my Multistrada? Nah, no way. So yeah, it's a nice little lunch stop, and now we're just gonna basically just carry on. So we're sort of at the top here, and we're gonna carry on this road for another 20k, and we're just gonna it's just gonna loop all the way back round, and this will head then to the coast on the other side of the island, and we're gonna do a couple of little stops before getting back on the motorway to head back. I guarantee after a couple of days on these roads, your cornering will be to perfection. So we're now climbing the road to Masca. So this is the TF436. I mean, look at that, absolutely spectacular. Look at that.
Beautiful.
And you can see here how much space you've got. It's so tight. For these car drivers, if you're not good at hill starts, then don't even bother with this one. It doesn't get any better than this, folks. Right, let's do it. Sort of got a parking space. Right guys, so we've arrived in Masca, which is 650 meters above sea level and a population of only 90 people. So it's classed as a hamlet, which is a small village. This mountain range is also the furthest northwest point in Tenerife. There's a hike that you can do through the gorge, which takes about 3 hours. And then we'll bring you on the other side to where the ocean is, which we won't be doing today or any other day. So it was a nice little stop in Masca, well worth it. A few little restaurants there, very quaint, but today has been absolutely fantastic. you know, if you want to go do some riding abroad, especially in the British winter time, most of the week we've been here, it's been 25, 27 degrees. So now we're just gonna head back to the hotel and chill out for the evening. Hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. Give us the thumbs up, hit that subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.